Hey everybody, welcome back. It's not Brew Day Wednesday, it's Two Batch Tuesday. So I'm going to be making up two of the Brewer's Best American Light kits, and we're going to see how they turn out. Now you might be asking, well, why are we going to put two together? Well, one of the kits later on is going to get some apricot flavoring. Actually, I got this bottle and then I realized this isn't really enough to do a 5-gallon batch, so I had to run out and buy another one. But later on, when we get to the bottling bucket, I'm going to put two of these in and give one of the kits an apricot flavor and see how that turns out. The other kit, we're going to leave it just the way it is, and then we'll be able to kind of compare the flavors. So anyway, right now we're in the process of getting the water boiling for the first batch, and I'm expecting this is probably going to be about a 6-hour day with sanitation and everything else included. But anyway, I thought I would film the process, and then once we get to the point where we can actually sample it about a month down the road, we'll do a review on the American Light as it is, and then we'll talk about the apricot version. Alright, so we got a gentle rolling boil going here, so now we're going to add in the liquid malt extract, and this is the point where you want to make sure you don't have a boil over if you're not careful and really watching it. Get ready to turn that heat down. And we're just going to stir this in, and as soon as this step is over, then we are going to wait for it to start to boil again, and then we will throw in the bittering hops, and then we'll be looking at a 40-minute boil. We're starting to get a rolling boil going, so in go the bittering hops. I put them in a bag. I do have a kettle screen in there too, but I'm always trying to keep as little sediment going into the fermenting bucket as possible. So now we'll go on a 40-minute boil, and when we come back we'll have to add the corn sugar, the rice syrup solids, and the Pilsen Light spray-dried malt. Okay, we're back, and we are going to add the corn sugar and the rice syrup solids and the Pilsen Light dried malt. Go ahead. Right now I'm putting the corn sugar in. Again, I'm stirring it, so obviously we don't end up with some issues. Obviously the birds love this. Alright, now the rice syrup solids. These are pretty lumpy. I wanted to get them in relatively fast because otherwise the steam comes up and it hits that package, and pretty soon you've got a mess inside the package as opposed to in your brew kettle. I'm pretty confident these are going to break down as we start to boil. Continue to work on those as we go. And Pilsen Light spray-dried malt. Same issue here. I don't really want to mess around with it too much because it starts to coagulate around the bag. You can see it's starting to coagulate there just from the steam coming up off the brew kettle. Okay, once this starts to boil, it'll be a 10-minute boil, then we'll come back and we'll add the aroma hops. Okay, as you can see, I have the wort chiller in. Now I'm adding the aroma hops, and now we have a 10-minute boil. Okay, I've just terminated the boil, and now I'm going to start the wort chiller. And once it's cool, we'll come back and go drop it in the fermenting bucket. Move the wort chiller, and I am ready to transfer the wort into the fermentation pail. Kayla, out. Definitely don't want any dog hair in there. Okay, so that's going to transfer. Then we'll do a hydrometer reading, aerate the wort, and pitch the yeast. Okay, I just took the hydrometer reading and it was a 1.041, which is on target for this kit. And now I'm just going to hydrate the wort. And you'll notice it's not a rapid aeration. Okay, I have pitched the yeast, and now I'm just going to gently push it into the wort, and that will really be the extent of it. I'll throw the lid on and the airlock, and then we'll move on very quickly through batch 2, but without any narrative. Because you've seen the narrative now. There's not a lot to it. It's very simple. And then we'll come back. Okay, so it's now 9:40, and I've started the next boil. And it's going to probably take, I'm guessing, 30 minutes to get up there. And as you can tell, the birds don't want me out here. And now you know why I tape everything else I do downstairs. But anyway, Crosby and Baker is the maker of the apricot flavoring, and I had a nice conversation with a gentleman from their company, and he recommended putting it in the bottling bucket and then sampling as you put it in. You know, don't overdo it, just sample it as you go along, and to get to the right level. This recommends 6 to 7 ounces, so this is a 4-ounce bottle. So, you know, I'll start with a full bottle, and then I'll do some increments there and sample it as I go. And once I hit the level where I think I need to be, then that'll be it. So now on with the next boil and the next batch, and I'm guessing at this point maybe, you know, this will be wrapped up around quarter to 12, somewhere in there. Last one we started at around 6:50 and ended at 9:20. So obviously I'm not going to be able to go any faster than I did the first time, so it is what it is. Okay, batch 2, liquid malt extract. Boil started, first set of hops. Time to have the rice syrup solids, the Pilsen Light dry extract, and the corn sugar. Alright, adding the aroma hops, and now a 10-minute boil. Okay, time to terminate the boil and start the wort chiller. Okay, remove the wort chiller and let's rack it off to the fermentation pail. Aerate the wort. My hydrometer reading was the same on this batch, which was a 1.041. And now I'm just pitching the yeast. Then I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first batch, which is gently stir it in, put on the top and the airlock, and hey, we're done. Okay, so there they both are, batch A and batch B. And now we need to do is wait for the fermentation to take place, and we'll be all set to make some beer. Alright, that's it for 2 Batch Tuesday as opposed to Brew Day Wednesday. And no better way to celebrate pounding 2 batches out than to have a little wit beer. I'm using a little sample glass so you can get a look at the color here. But this has turned out to be such a good beer. And I had a group of people over the other night and we went through quite a bit of it. It is just a really tasty beer. And you can pick up on the orange peel and coriander in there. It is just has a wonderful flavor. So until next time, when we talk about the Scottish Ale, have a great week. Cheers. It's good stuff. This has been a Matty Boy presentation. Say bye-bye, Matty.